We live in a world that heavily applauds the polished, the confident, and the effortlessly put together. Over time, that constant celebration of success quietly shifts our own internal expectations. We start believing, to be valued, we have to look perfect and speak flawlessly and never make a mistake. Because we're terrified of being perceived as awkward or too much, we begin to shrink. We hide parts of our personality, bite our tongues, and hold back what we actually think to avoid friction. But if we stop to think about it, who are we actually trying to be perfect for? Are these expectations even our own? By spending our lives trying to fit in and secure a nod of approval from the crowd, we slowly lose the ability to hear our own voice. We trade our authenticity for the safety of a flawless facade. To escape that trap, researcher Brené Brown argues that we have to choose a different path. We have to stay awkward, brave, and kind. Let's start with awkwardness. We usually treat it like a social failure. In reality, feeling awkward simply means you are being seen exactly as you are, completely stripped of your rehearsed social armor. When you stumble over your words or ask a silly question, that discomfort is a positive signal. It means you are stepping outside your comfort zone and allowing yourself to be vulnerable. We don't need to cure or get rid of awkwardness. It is the necessary, sometimes messy, first step toward figuring out who you actually are. This brings us to the empathy gap, the difference between how we treat others and ourselves. When a friend struggles, we offer patience, validate their feelings, and comfort them. But facing that same struggle, we become harsh critics, asking, "Why am I like this?" True kindness requires taking that external patience and actively redirecting it inward. It means offering yourself the exact same grace you so easily hand to a struggling friend. Self-compassion does not mean ignoring your mistakes. It means accepting your basic human fallibility as a prerequisite for living a real, honest life. The final pillar is bravery. We are largely taught to view courage through a cinematic lens, as grand, extraordinary gestures or moments of physical danger. The bravery required to be yourself is much quieter. It lives in the daily internal choices you make to maintain your authenticity, even when you know the people around you might misunderstand you. It looks like raising your hand and asking for help when you're overwhelmed, or simply saying, "I don't know," instead of faking expertise to save face. Sometimes the absolute highest form of this quiet courage is setting a firm personal boundary and refusing to feel guilty about it. Ultimately, this kind of bravery is a conscious choice to embrace the friction of personal growth over the comfortable illusion of having everything figured out. Embracing awkwardness, practicing self-kindness, and exercising quiet bravery provides a way to dismantle the pressure to appear perfect. And the very first person who deserves to benefit from this level of empathy is the one looking back at you in the mirror. We often treat personal growth like a climb toward a finish line where all our flaws finally disappear. But that was never the point. The goal was always to become more ourselves. So your challenge today is simple. Find one small act of quiet bravery, set a boundary, admit you don't know something, and allow yourself for a moment to be entirely real.